Exciting.
I'm super excited, super pumped about today's live stream because today we have some really cool announcements to make. But first, I'm back on the live stream this week again.
Finally. How long has it been? Like a month or something, or?
No, has it been a month? I think I missed. What was I really not on the last one? I forgot.
No.
Last one.
And
No.
like, last one and then the one before.
Oh no, you were at the last one, right? With the
No, I
Shagun
were.
guy. Yeah.
So it was the two before. Okay. Oh, anyway.
Okay.
And I'm together with Eric on top of me here. I'm touching his butt right now. Do you feel that?
Ugh,
Okay.
nice.
And
Nice.
I have Jeroen. Jeroen here, right? I'm reaching out.
Wait. Discord announcement.
Just hadn't thrown it on Discord yet.
What did Quinn do? Quinn already posted something.
Oh my god, Quinn is waiting.
Oh wait, Quinn posted it? Oh, okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, anyway.
Now we have one mention and one message.
Alright.
Good.
So, before...
How's everyone doing?
Yes, exactly. Before we do anything too exciting.
Oh,
And then
I forgot the background jazz music.
Oh no.
But maybe it's better if we don't do it. Because did you know the last video got like copyright claim and is now monetized by some third party company?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, lucky them, I guess.
Lucky them,
Yeah.
earning
But
shit tons of money on us.
like 2 cents.
Probably, yeah.
But now I have to continue talking because else the silence is killing the vibe.
Let's talk about So we're going to talk a little bit about the weather while everybody's getting on to the
Yes.
stream. Let's
Oh my
stall some
God.
time here. Nino Card says it's beautiful or nice weather outside today. For me, it's dark. It was pretty okay outside today.
Yeah. Right here, it's beautiful. Yesterday was like 29 degrees or something. It's crazy. It's really warm. It feels like back in Taiwan. I think like it's even warmer here than in Taiwan.
I think it is right now.
But I think like the most insane part for me about the weather is like when I arrived here again, less than a month ago, it was freezing. Like I remember being here freezing cold, and now it's like the hottest April something day ever.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hasn't
Amsterdam in Germany.
It's strange how fast that changed. In Taiwan, we just had a couple days ago. One day it was really hot, and then it cooled down immediately. But already, really not looking forward to summer because sleeping is terrible. It's so terrible.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, some good news here in Arnhem. I'm almost getting a stroke because it's pretty warm. And then with studio lights here, it's double the warm.
Oh my God, yes.
It's nice and hot here.
Yeah. That's why you just don't use studio light. Just go all natural.
Yeah, that's smart too.
But you have the most beautiful face in the stream, Eric.
That's
That's
worth
true.
it.
It's worth
That's-
it.
Should be worth something, right?
It's so perfectly lighted.
Yeah, I remember. 2 weeks ago when with the interview scene when I was next to Eric, it's like, oh my god, my face so perfectly well lit, and now it's like all crappy. I like zoomed in again. It's just, oh wow.
Just because two simple lights, that's it.
Yeah,
Oh.
helps a lot.
So Quinn says, or Archinit says AC. Yes, there's actually an AC right here. But the problem is that the AC is also very expensive to have it running very often and very long. So for sleeping, probably keep it on, yeah. But this one kind of sucks, but it doesn't keep the whole room very well cooled.
Well, then Eric,
Yeah. We're a lot quieter than Eric, apparently.
Well, I guess you have to just speak up then.
speak louder.
Holy shit.
No,
I think my
Eric
mic
already
will,
tested.
yeah.
Morpha.
Morpha.
More.
It's all
just
about the
more
artwork in the background.
This should fix it, right?
I guess so. Is this better?
Ooh, whoa, we got 30 viewers! Woo!
Okay, getting close for the announcement. Getting close. Getting
Very
close.
Uh-oh. More people coming in.
Ooh,
Oh,
35.
oh,
Oh.
45. Okay.
Okay, is it time?
Can you guys
Is it?
give me
Is
some
it?
lunch time here? You have about 9 minutes to get lunch, so
9
or
minutes?
just stay.
9?
Start
Wow, we're
if
waiting
they're
that
not.
long?
Thanks.
Are you waiting that long?
No, maybe. I don't know. Suddenly viewers. I mean, there's people still jumping in, so.
That's true.
I mean, I assume everybody, of course, set their alarm at exactly 1 p.m. CEST. It's like, oh my god, Twitch, now.
Oh, I gotta wake up, grab the coffee, look at the
Yeah.
Twitch, and especially in the US. Can you imagine, like, waking up in the morning and have to look at the three of us? And
Yeah.
Jeroen and I, we even did like a fashion. How do you say it? A fashion
faux pas.
mischief. I mean, Jeroen decided to turn on the
Faux pas.
same shirt as I have.
No, I think Calder has the same shirt too.
I have.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
It's like
Wintjas is at school, and 8 Dane schedules his whole day around Wooting. So
we earned so less money that we can only wear merchandise clothes.
From 2 years ago.
From 3 years ago. It's that bad.
yeah, I have an idea. In 3 minutes, we'll make the announcement. Then it's like 7:10. For me, it's 7:10. It's like 1:10 for you guys, and then we'll do one more time later down the stream, just in case for anybody else that missed it. Okay, so how many minutes now? 2 minutes now.
The outfits were planned this way.
Should we shoot a timer?
Well-
Is that cool, a timer? Timer's cool, right? 2 minutes was
Yeah.
right? 2.
Yeah.
Okay, change this.
Oh.
Oh, it started. Oh, 5 minutes? No?
Yeah.
2.
We always
2,
plan our
2.
outfits though, Ricardo. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I wear blue, the rest also wears blue. Just like how I do it with my wife every day.
It is a time when you
True,
very
though.
time when you think though to wear like matching shirts. Like the couples matching shirts.
Yeah, it is very time thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
For us, it's like when Yin wears light colors, I need to wear light colors. If she wears dark colors, I need to wear dark colors. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm not allowed to go out with her.
Wait,
Yeah,
this
she's
doesn't
not
count down.
excited.
Wait, it doesn't.
It does count down, right?
Oh, it
So
doesn't
it's
count.
like
Whoa.
1 minute and 20 seconds left. Ooh.
You know what we're missing now is exactly, some kind of like countdown music.
Where's the weekend I want to be a millionaire? Dun 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 dun.
Arsenal knows my pain. Yeah, man, you have the same most likely, but you have like Hello Kitty t-shirts probably. I know you do.
Look, honey, I bought this for you. You can wear this every day.
Well, I at least know for sure that Archnet has a Hello Kitty bed he sleeps in.
Wait, we got like 30 seconds left, so
Oh,
the
40.
announcement, are we just gonna say it, or are we gonna show a sort of video, or I guess we should do video, right?
Oh, of course. We're going to do a video then.
we're doing a video.
That'll be much more exciting. Let's make one.
Let's make one fast.
Aaron, can you do the countdown? My
10?
is delay.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Wait, I'm gonna stop it right before because there's like this
Just double check.
annoying alarm. There's like an annoying alarm if you use this. So. Okay,
Wait, so you didn't play the video yet?
now I'm gonna do it right now.
Yeah.
So the screen goes to black now, and sit tight and enjoy. Oh, whoops. Here we go.
Is it over? It's there.
Has it changed?
Finally, we can talk about it.
What is this MP4? Yes, that.
I was expecting a Switch for
now,
the same thing.
now many people are like super excitement. Oh my god!
And Eric is muted. Oh.
Oh! Nobody could hear me scream. Oh.
So the big announcement is the Wooting Two, and you could have you probably saw it's a full-size keyboard, and it's just.
It should have been
So-
the tuning.
Oh, that's actually a pretty good one.
Classic.
So from now on, when somebody asks, "Do you have a numpad version?" we can finally say, "Yeah, it's called the Wooting Two."
It's called the Wooting Two.
So
Now what?
well, you probably have questions about the Wooting Two. Like I saw a question already coming up. What is going to be different in the Wooting Two? So, this is your moment to ask any kind of questions you want about it. And meanwhile, we also have a landing page you can go to. That's I want to share, but I'm not on the Wooting Live account, so somebody else is going to share it on the chat.
I think somebody already did.
I think somebody already did it, but
Yep.
I guess
Oh,
That was
right.
part
Oh,
of it.
Level Club. Oh, wow. How did he find that one? Oh, right. He already went to it, of course, in the video. Okay, so if you subscribe on that one, you'll get notified and updated for the launch and all the information that we're releasing before the launch, including the Kickstarter rewards and the prices and etc. And right now we can answer as many questions as possible, but when it comes to some questions like the Kickstarter rewards, etc., we're not able to say just yet. Yes. So let's do some questions. So that's so Eric, what's going to be different in the Wooting Two?
No,
We actually have videos and everything, so you're probably gonna
Yeah,
share
well,
some stuff on that.
we prepared it so well that I'm still searching for the images on my desktop. Let's see.
So a lot of the questions are also answered on the page. But when we look at what is different about Wooting 1 and Wooting 2, essentially, there's a numpad. I think that's the most essential part about it. If you look at the functionality, as in, if you look at functionality, it's still like a Wooting 1, as in how it performs. There's nothing, it's like a Wooting 1, but then full size. Oh, okay. So this is a typical question. PBT keycaps. If it's going to have PBT keycaps, still RGB backlight. So yeah, it's still going to be RGB backlight. And because it's still RGB backlight, we do not use PBT keycaps because we still have the same issue then. So if we remove the RGB backlight, maybe in the future a version without RGB backlight, we would use PBT keycaps then. But in this case, it has no PBT keycaps.
Let me get some.
Because it has
images on
RGB
the screen.
backlight. Keep the platform consistent. Let me see if we see some more. YouTube team. Will it release with brown switches? You want to answer that one, Dylan?
Yeah, so no. No, so there will be no brown switches yet, but the Wooting 2 will be available in a black switch version. And what's also going to be cool about this Kickstarter, we're not really sure about the details yet, but switches will also be available separately, either with or right after the Kickstarter, including the black switch. So we're going to have a new one, but it's not going to be the brown, it's going to be the black one. So then we have the red, blue, and black available.
Exactly. And
Oh. Yeah, I think we already Chet is already playing spot the differences. So Rick's asked, do I spot a transparent spot on the space for RTP? Yes. That's like a little
Oh,
you know
RC.
what? What?
I have the sample right here. Of the keycaps.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a lot of keyboards. No, that one is next week. So next live.
Oh, you have the images. Good. So Eric, can you talk a bit about the design differences?
Yeah, well, I guess the biggest difference is, of course, there's a numpad, but that's sort of stating the obvious. Some other smaller tweaks we've made is here for the side indent. We made it a little bit longer, and as you can see with the current Wooting One, I don't know if you guys can see it in my camera here, it's smaller. So the Wooting Two will have a bigger side indent, so it's more aligned with the keycaps, and it looks a bit prettier. We also changed the cable guard a little bit, so it will fit more cables more consistently. And we lowered the overall height by a tiny amount, and the main reason for that was to reduce sound, because some people don't like the sound the Wooting One makes, and hopefully most of those issues will be solved within the Wooting Two. It also has some extra keys on the top. I'm just gonna grab a really not so great picture here, but it's like a really clear picture where you can see everything. So can I move it? Here we go. So above the numpad there are like 4 keys. One is dedicated for the mode key, and the other 3 keys are like, well, we don't really have a name for them. We call them action keys, and you can bind anything you like to it, but by default it will be used to switch profiles with, so to switch between your analog profiles. So that's pretty cool. And oh yeah, well, that's another thing that changed actually. The top here, like this part, is also a bit smaller, so the whole aesthetics feel more in line. Yeah, and it's kind of funny because it took us literally months to get to this point, and it was also really difficult because we couldn't talk to anyone about it, because we wanted to keep it a surprise, and we also didn't want to reveal things too early like we did with the Switchbox, you know, because that's still up in the air. And
yes,
we also we have like a big file with all these images and ideas we had, because there was one point where I wanted to add a sort of wheel to the side. So that would also could be analog, and you could do some cool things with it. And we also thought about an LCD screen in the keyboard and macro keys, and
I think that's what's kept us really behind on getting started earlier, is we really wanted to do something extra and new, and we had so many ideas, but there were so many risky ideas also, meaning you had to do a lot of testing and trials to get it working. And then we decided, okay, this is not smart. We should just stick with what we have and actually make it full size, like what people are actually asking for, not trying to reinvent the wheel immediately.
Yeah. We have some questions about the firmware and utility. So the FleetSwitch asks to use a unified firmware, and so we do. I mean, they will be pretty much the same, but there will be like some sort of hard switch. So there will be different versions, but like exactly the same stuff running. It's just to make it easier for us. For example, what Ricardo says is, would they play nice in utility? So we haven't worked out the details yet, but we'll make sure that they will work together, or that there will be some kind of switch or something like that.
Here you can see I installed my keyboard's a little bit dirty though, but I installed the spacebar. I don't know if you can see it.
I made the screen a bit bigger.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
We changed the color here because
I'm not sure if it fits the whole.
Profile.
I'm not sure if it fits the whole theme of the keyboard, because everything is more squared and everything, and so the circle. So
yeah, it's kind of. I think it's pretty good. Let me get a different color here so it's more clear. Just I'm gonna pop out the rainbow. Rainbow. Okay. Can you see this? Oh, I'm shaking. Because
There,
I
yeah.
can't see what am I doing. Okay, there we go.
It's not that bad.
I think it's pretty nice.
Yeah,
And
it's pretty decent.
I think it's a good addition also. And it's really well placed. It's really fully lit. There's no like non-lit area. It's the first time that we see it, by the way.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, did you?
And
I sort of missed the beginning, but did we share what stage we are currently?
Wait. Hey, should we make the video public?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
oh, I have it right.
Because I see but there are 2 videos. I'm not sure why.
No, I just published it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Sick.
You share.
Pretty cool. So now everybody can watch this epic video.
Dun, dun.
Alright. There we go. What did we miss? Whoop. So the mode key is still at the very end. What's on the old mode's place? You can guess what's on the old mode's place.
Finally,
Hey,
what
key.
everybody asked for.
Your most
Yes.
beloved and missed key. A Perfius Dane said it. Scroll lock. So there's a scroll lock. I have it here. There will be this keycap will be there.
Pretty cool. So now what?
Should just have the Wooting logo on the spacebar, but the low profile branding is nice to have now. I think logo on the spacebar would be a bit too much maybe. We also reinvented we changed the Wooting logo key. This is the new one.
It's a tiny bit smaller on slider.
Smaller.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
really focus so well.
No.
It doesn't focus.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
There's too much light on the right, I think.
Uh,
Yes. No. Never mind.
well, anyway, you can. Oh, here's the old one, and here's the new
I
one.
guess if you hold them side by side next to the camera, if you remove them, it will be more clear.
Yeah. Try.
I'm still excited. I was super hyped here this morning. Because I had to do some final touches on the video and made some change to the
I still don't see the video though.
Well, it's there, you believe me.
Where? Give me a link.
Even I can see it. You guys want a link?
Where?
Wait 1 second. 1 second.
Give me the link.
Now the key fits better with the keys right next to it, because in the old one was a little bit bigger.
Yes. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, hey! Wow! Electric Nerve was already ahead of me. Too slow.
All right, and then could we have? Okay. So to continue, there's another change before we go into this question here about the RGB API. There's another change that we made. Is the connector is now USB-C.
Forgot to mention that. USB-C.
Yeah.
Woo!
At the special keycaps news key finally arrived. Oh, okay, that's good. Okay, see you, Wintios.
How about it?
So there's going to be USB-C connector now, and then we also made some improvements to the cable guider, so it would work better than on the Wooting 1, but it's still the same idea. Brick says no extra functionality on the number keys on the numpad. Don't really need those, but some keyboards have those. At one point, the keyboard's going to be fully programmable, so you can just do whatever you want with those keys. So that's totally up to you what you want to do with it.
But for now, you can finally crunch some numbers in Excel. So that's pretty neat. Well, I guess another difference we did with the keycap design of the numpad is we don't have like these weird arrow keys and again page up and page down that some keycaps have, just to keep them more clean and nice. So that's pretty neat.
Doesn't mean the function isn't there though.
No,
Yeah.
true.
It's still there. It's just not shown on the Kika. DKS still works, right? Yes, DKS will still work. It will work on every key, even the numpad. So every key is going to be analog as well. Every single key, including the numpad.
So that's pretty sweet.
Okay, and then together with the Wooting Two, we also want to start introducing our next step in our development. As in, we have like these 2 milestones. You know, we have one is the most requested thing is the Wooting Two, and that being the full-size keyboard, and the second part is our next step into the analog keyboard development. And I think Jeroen can introduce this part because it's very much related to him and to that question, could we have access to the firmware RGB API?
All right, yeah. So what we wanted to do is, it will probably be next month, but we want to launch some sort of Wooting developer portal where we will make it easier to get analog values and also to send your own, or to set your own RGB light, to do like the custom RGB light. We're not really sure like how it's going to look like yet, but we've already worked on the API part a little bit, and we just want some sort of cool page with just the overview of the different projects you have, maybe some GitHub projects to get you started, and then so that people can make their own applications with the Wooting One. And because the Wooting Two firmware and the Wooting One firmware will be almost exactly the same, it will also work with the Wooting Two keyboard. We'll make sure it will be compatible.
That's pretty sick. So when is it due? When is the due date?
And there's no really set date. I mean, the goal is to at least have something up, maybe end of this month, but maybe start of next month. And the first thing will be the easier access to the analog values of the keys, and then we'll do the RGB control.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you guys can actually play around with and work with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me answer the question of Ricardo. If I taped 1 and 2 together, could I have a Wooting 3?
Sure. You can also tape 3 Wooting 1s together.
That's also Wooting 3.
Yeah.
But I guess a Wooting 1 and a Wooting 2 is a cheaper option then.
That's true.
But maybe it's less cool.
Or 2 Wooting 2s. Get 4.
I'm also really curious how they compare side by side the Wooting 2 and the Wooting 1. Because there are some design changes with the height and the top bar and everything, and I really can't wait for the sample to come in, like the first prototype. It should be done tomorrow, and then they send it to Caldo. That's
it's actually already done today.
It's done.
There's also some going to your way, but they won't be able to ship it until Monday, so.
Let me see. DevoCup just shared an image of 96 key layout. I guess this was one of our first designs we sort of taped in, combining a numpad with the Wooting One sort of. But in the end, this is still, in our opinion, was still a niche product. And I guess people just wanted a numpad in the most vanilla way you can get it. And that's the thing we were lacking, you know, and that's why we went for it. But we still like the idea of a more compact version and still have a numpad attached to it, and this like really good option for it.
Yeah, it's really it's kind of this thing that I think what is really good now is that we have a 10 keys version and we have a full size version, and it's some of these like most requested type of layouts, and what most people are familiar with. And afterwards, we're also more free to play around with what we want to do more. Because this kind of keyboard, like the 96 key keyboard, this is something that I would personally really love to have and would love to make, but it's something that just doesn't work out very well for versus our current product lineup, which is just the 10 keyless version.
And also new audience you want to reach, because we are sort of confident that with a full-size version that is like a full size in its most original state, I guess, or most known state, we can also attract a bigger audience, focus more on gamers, get more, you know, make more money so we can buy normal t-shirts.
I would have gone for get more people on board, but
wait, let me answer this question.
077. What? Which one?
I want
the
to.
0771?
Bowie 771.
Yes.
Taipei Computex 2018. Will you come? We will definitely be there at Taipei Computex 2018. In
Yes.
fact, we'll be in the Nangang Hall this time.
Oh, really? I didn't even know. Oh my god, that's so sick.
Yeah, we'll have a booth right next to the Cherry Mix booth.
Hmm.
And on the other side of the Cougar booth. And
Like Cougar
There
in
will
the
be a,
brand or
uh,
Cougar in the thing? No, never mind. Continue.
Well, what do you think their showgirls will look like?
Like my mom.
So the Kickstarter will go live like
Oh,
4 or 5.
Colin?
Oh,
You're like,
right.
your mic sort of whacked out.
We're going to Computex 2018 in Taipei.
Yeah.
Wait, before all the questions go away, Wood, what Wooting stands for? I think originally Wood stands for We Own the Other Team, and sort of a cheer if you won a game, or, and like you said, it's popularized in World of Warcraft and old Quake games and that kind of stuff, and we sort of made a slang of it, Wooting, and we like it. Future keyboard Type C. Jeroen?
I mean, new keyboards, yes, with the Wooting 1, probably not. We're not sure yet.
For now, yeah. For now, only the Wooting 2 will have Type C connector. Wooting 1, when we make a new generation version, will also have USB-C, but it will not change the current version right now.
Yeah.
There is going to be one change to the Wooting 1 that will go in line with when the Wooting 2. I mean, if the Kickstarter is successful and the Wooting 2 goes into production, and around the same time that we start shipping it, we'll also start making a repackaged Wooting 1. So we'll get a little bit different look, but it's still the same keyboard.
What, mean packaging or like?
The packaging and the content of the packaging will change.
Yeah, so
in other words, you want the best packaging, best content in the box. Get your Wooting 1 now.
Oh well, the new packaging is pretty cool because the box is almost like 45% slimmer, so it will reduce cost on shipping greatly.
Yeah. Yeah, but not just that, but it's also like it was just a lot of wasted space in the
well
one,
in the beginning
you have too many things. Yeah.
I guess originally it wasn't wasted space, but over the time, without sending the language packs and stuff, it's become a waste of space.
The first box was made more for Kickstarter and everything we did for Kickstarter. Second box is more made for what we're doing right now, which will save a lot in shipping cost.
And storage costs and everything.
And everything.
Oh wow, this is like the first time I actually see it. I'm really intrigued.
I brought these two things back from the factory today, so.
Well, there's like one thing I'm super excited about. What's in the new box? And that's like the thing that will... Everybody who has a Wooting 1 will lose their mind and say, oh, I need this new box. I need to buy a second Wooting 1. Okay, show it, color.
Okay, I thought...
Are you going to show it already? Is that going to be a secret?
No, it's not going to be a secret.
Okay.
So, in the box...
What's in the box?
In the box, what's in the box? If you open it, you'll see this on the bottom. I kind of already abused this box a little bit, so... And now, what is this?
What's that, Carlo? Can you cut stuff?
Well, you can cut it out, okay, and you get these pieces.
Ooh.
Put it together.
Let me show your desk.
Show my desk. Maybe the desk behind me that my wife somehow cleaned up very well.
And it's so good for a lecture. That's the same what I do. Clean up everything around.
Well, I totally forgot because there's still like an ironing thing there and...
Okay. Can you see this?
Well,
Yes, yeah,
first we need to see a close-up of the thing, Calder.
Okay, wait 1 sec.
This is the close-up.
Okay, so this is the close-up. So what do you think this is?
Well,
Oh, sorry.
everybody spoiled it
Everybody's
already.
guessing it right. Okay. So let's put it to
To the test. Ooh.
I don't put my cable on. I'm just gonna put the cable.
So many announcements to stream.
Yeah.
What a live stream.
Good job.
Woo!
Oh,
It's beautiful.
And some focus here.
Not a chance.
Camera, come on. This one.
you need like
So well, the thing how it came to be is because we changed the box a little bit. It didn't have enough protection on the bottom, so the factory advised us to lay another piece of cardboard in there, and we thought long and hard about it, how we should use this cardboard to our advantage. Because if you just have like a black piece in it, it's like super boring. And I don't know, on some Sunday where we weren't supposed to work, we worked and we did it, and we made it like really fast. It was pretty cool.
I can
Yeah.
type like a word person.
Well, it's not for typing. I don't think it's that sturdy where you can actually put your keyboard on it and type like a madman. But it's like a nice display if you wanna, if you're like super proud of a Wooting 1, or maybe we kind of do it in the Wooting 2 box even. But if you're like super proud of it, you just put your keyboard on it, make a nice sick image, and share it on Instagram or on Discord, and you're just gonna up the photo game. Or if you go to a mechanical keyboard meetup, it's very nice to have this display and show the most prestige epic Wooting 1 there to all your friends.
Yes.
Manson already gave a perfect name for it. Is Wootigami. Oh, if you told us this earlier, Manson, I think we would have.
No,
put it
no,
on
no,
the
no, 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 no,
Yeah.
because else it's gonna end up the same as the utility. Like every review, it's like, I shit you not, utility.
Yeah.
Utigami.
His name is for real. Oh, guys, shirt, how to buy it? Actually, but you can.
Well, no,
But
no, no,
not
no,
the
no,
shirt we have right now. No,
not this one, not this one.
not this one. No. This is where you can get stuff, and honestly, don't order too much because it's a lot of work for us
Well,
to send it.
there's still like a question we sort of missed. We muffled over it. Was from Felice. Is there an existing RGB lighting API you guys could emulate? It might help you get more sell-through if you make your keyboard compatible with some APIs that's already supported by some games. Well, Jeroen?
Answer. So the problem with those APIs is that they're all, what's the word again?
Licensed?
No, not licensed, but like that they're like just for a certain company. Oh my god, there's this word. I forgot. Anyway,
Oh,
So basically
proprietary.
proprietary. That one.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that means that Eraser proprietary. Yes, thank you. And okay, now I can do on the story. Oh yeah, so what basically happens, like Eraser or Corsair, they go to Blizzard and they pay a bunch of money for this integration. So that also means that there's no like open standard or something you can just plug into. And there are some projects, for example, Aurora, which is an open source project which is trying to connect it all together. But for us, that's we cannot do that because Rachel will sue us. And please don't sue us.
Please
So,
don't sue.
but I mean, yeah, never mind. I mean, let's say, okay, let's say we have like a project, or that you can easily change the lights on our keyboard. And people might. I'm not saying we will, but I'm saying people might make the connection if they want, but it's just that we can't. But yeah.
Well, we can, but we will never
Wink, wink.
officially support it, and we will never share it with you guys if we can and if we managed one day. But if
Yes.
some ingenious guy comes up with it and posts it on 4chan, and some of our users copy it, you know, who are we to
do anything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we will try to stop you, you know. We have like a kill switch for every keyboard. It's like, oh, no. Like this is like the whole scheme, right? The whole world typing on Woody keyboards, and then we go to an esports event and then we block every keyboard and we win. Oh, it's super evil plan.
Oh. Okay, so it's kill the competition. Yeah, literally.
What is the pricing difference between the Wooting 1 and the Wooting 2?
This is a tricky question because
We're not gonna answer it.
we're not going to answer it now.
Today.
And only, yeah.
Well, we have an idea, but we don't have like the exact numbers yet. So as soon as we know more, of course, we'll share and we'll update the Wooting 2 page and everything. But at this point, well, there's like
I'm getting the
FAQ,
final.
right?
You know, I need to receive the final cost before we announce any of the prices because there's a price point we want to reach, and I think we can reach it, and it will be, and that price point would be at any other full-size RGB keyboard that you can get right now. But I have to wait until we get the final cost. Otherwise, we don't want to announce any kind of final price. So to be announced, is like Ricardo says.
Yes.
And I think we'll also announce it at the same time as the Kickstarter rewards, right?
Well,
Yeah,
maybe a bit
exactly,
sooner,
exactly.
so people can put their savings on the side.
Presumably more than a 1. That's presumably right.
Like, it would be sick if it would be like $18 more expensive for the extra keys you get. Like $1 per key.
But yeah, on Kickstarter, I think on Kickstarter we'll of course have the best deal we can make. Wooting Two. So. Now, yeah. So, that's the best moment.
Well, but I said a little bit before the stream, but yesterday when I saw a 3D render, I got like super excited that we're pretty close to our second product and realizing it. And wow, what a ride it's been like the last 3 years, and we're now at the point where we almost have a second product if the Kickstarter is a success. And if the Kickstarter won't be a success, then we'll find another way to realize this, but it won't stop us.
Wow, very on point question. Wooting 1 anti-jamming magnetic ring weld on PCB. I think it's more about the cable,
question.
isn't it? Yeah, that's a good question.
I mean, I just don't really know. I just don't really know what it means.
No. The Kickstarter will be live.
Can you give me an example?
The Kickstarter will be live the 31st of May. Hopefully. If we reach all the deadlines, we can make it. And, well, there's like one important thing we learned from the last Kickstarter. Publish your page at least 1 week beforehand, because it can take up to 5 days before the Kickstarter people approve it. Because that's like...
Yeah, that was a big mistake.
Yeah. Because we're like, oh, Friday, oh, let's launch it. Oh, okay, let's wait till Tuesday.
Will the Wooting Two have less jitter wiggle in the keycap? So we're still using the same switches. So whatever you feel in the Wooting 1 right now is the same. What you're referring to is probably more in the blue switch than the red switch because of how the mechanism works. Yeah, so Wooting 2 will also have those same switches. But the same is for Wooting 2 and Wooting 1 is that at any point, if there's an improved version of the switch, you're able to just replace all the switches.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I'm sort of guessing, because I've never tried like the black switches, but won't they be more stable? Because they're big.
I think stability-wise, they should be the same as the red version, because the construction is the same.
But is it like because the
So they
spring is
might
heavier?
feel- Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so
the
now,
switch box.
tasty question. How about the switch box? So the switch box used to be a square box that we wanted to start selling, but then we got into some trouble with the MOQs again, and the manufacturer kind of changed their mind about what our the minimum amount was that we had to buy, and then we decided it was not worth the investment at that moment to do it.
Yeah.
And then we came up with the idea, actually, you know what's a better idea is we should just introduce a switch box during the Kickstarter, because in that way we can just include it in the total production, take away a big part of the MOQ, and ship it together with the keyboards, and otherwise get more people on board for the Kickstarter that already have a Wooting 1.
And yeah,
It's perfect.
Ship it standalone, because everybody who has a Wooting 1 and wants to support us again and want to have black switches like this, a really good chance to grab them.
Oh, Manson says something interesting though. Switch box, not a box anymore, but a triangle. You heard it here first. Well, actually, the Wooting box is going to change in shape probably. The shape and the packaging is probably going to change in shape, because if we start shipping it together with the keyboard, the shape is not really useful, and so it's going to probably be more flat and more like a, well, not like a triangle.
Why wire rod have not EMI, Jeroen?
What?
Why does the wire rod have an
Let's check.
EMI?
Wait, what was the previous question again?
From the magnet.
Oh, do you mean this thing? Give me a second. This thing. Is the focus? Yes. This thing on the cable. Yeah, so new versions of the cable will have this thing on the cable
Yes.
against the EMI.
Woo! Another
I hope that's what you
improvement!
mean.
Because we're getting a lot
A
of
ferrite core, exactly.
so Wooting 2 will also have it, and we would have already had this cable in our last production if the moon and the sun would come together at a better timing.
Yeah.
So it's
I
that
mean,
way.
if-
Okay. So it just missed the boat to get it in the previous production, but it's a big change because a lot of people were getting issues with the cable that we have right now.
Yeah.
And also the cable is going to be more flexible, right? More soft.
Ah, yes, that's it.
Yes.
Will you start using the Wooting 2 as your daily driver as well? Well, I'm guessing here on my desk in office, as soon as I have my Wooting 1, sure, I'm gonna use it, constantly to test stuff and to work around with it. And I'm not gonna abandon my Wooting 1 because I'm gonna have my Wooting 1 always in my backpack together with my laptop. If I'm somewhere in a cafe, blue switches.
I think I'm mostly just going to use it first for the excitement factor, but then I prefer the smaller layout.
Well,
But I think
I also prefer a smaller layout, but I guess especially for editing, video editing, and design stuff in general, or coding. I mean, for me a numpad could be like really useful, thinking about it. The thing is, I just haven't used a numpad in years? No.
I'm going to use it for a while because it feels cool and new, but after a while I'm just going to put it away probably. Because right now, for example, my mouse is literally on where the numpad would be.
I'm only going to type with the numpad. I'm only going to do lead speak, number style.
I'll just be so excited if we just have it, and then because every time it's like you see a video or review or Instagram post or Twitter post, it's always like, why doesn't it have a numpad? Where's the numpad?
Do you know what the hardest thing was? Was especially the last 2 months when we said like, okay, we're gonna go for it. Everything is in progress, the design is done, and everything gets on rolling. And when you see like comments on Facebook or during the live stream about a numpad, I was like, I wanna tell it, but I cannot do it. But finally, I can shout, yeah, Wooting 2. And we must be honest, like, we teased it already, the Wooting Two, a bunch of times. Especially during the last Kickstarter update.
Jeez, yeah, so we got teased so much about the full size numpad version. I want to say Bowie says from Taiwan user Fan Wooting have traditional Chinese language. No problem. We're very happy actually to be working with InPad in Tainan, selling the Wooting One in Taiwan keycaps. So
that's pretty cool.
Depending on if they want to also start selling the full size, they'll also start selling the full size. So we're really happy to be selling in Taiwan. Yay! Oh my god! And so we live in Taiwan also, so it's a good feeling to have our product here going around here. Why is there no standalone numpad? And it's cool.
Here we go. This is going to be the next level question.
Next level question.
That's the next meme, right? Oh, I want a standalone numpad, and I want an orb weaver kind of thing. I want a 60%. I want an autolinear keyboard. I want an ergodox. I want a full size with more macro keys than you can imagine.
I am afraid for people going to say, where are the media keys or where are the macro keys when they see the Wooting Two? There's always going to be something.
There's always going to be something.
Well,
you can't please everyone.
You have like three sort of macro keys, like the action keys. Not like real macro keys, but we can market it as like, oh, 3 special keys, action keys.
Yeah, we have a good question here from Devo Cup. He asks, how does additional keys compared with Wooting One affect keyboard performance, scanning rate, or what's inside there? So, because there will be one additional row we need to scan, so the scanning rate will be lowered, but I think like impact will be relatively low. But I'll make some measurements to be sure. But we'll make sure we'll still hit the. We're still trying to hit the 1 millisecond mark, even on the Wooting Two. And there's also somebody else, which is the RGB brightness. And I think, but I'm not 100% sure yet, I think the RGB brightness needs to be a little bit lower on the Wooting Two. Otherwise, the power you get from the USB port will just be too big. But we still need to do measurements to confirm once we get the sample in.
Yeah.
And those will be the two only differences, because the controller is exactly the same. Anything else? No.
Well, there's another difference. It has a numpad.
That's true.
Speaking of macros, have you guys gone any further with making the keyboard programmable?
It's only Jeroen questions today.
There's Jeroen questions, yeah.
There's no like, oh, how much awesome design.
I can give an answer, but I always have to look at Jeroen if I'm not saying something too edgy.
Too edgy, web dev, right?
What is going on? I wonder what you would think is too edgy.
It's like, oh, we'll have it in a couple of months.
Oh.
No, but programmability was originally planned for August somewhere. Am I right?
No, maybe like May or June to May.
Earlier, June. Okay. Yeah, but
Wooting Two happened.
But then Wooting Two happened. Yeah.
Oops.
So we changed the priority for what we're going to develop first. The programmability is still on the table, still part of the plan.
Yeah, but I think with the launch of the Wooting Two, it will also become more important, because then we have like dedicated keys, and then we might as well like make the whole proper system to remap the keys on your keyboard.
That's like the great thing about coding. If you make one key work, it's just like copy paste over the other keys. It's very simple.
Very easy.
It only takes you almost 6 weeks. Oh, now it works on one key. Let's wait half a year before it works on all the keys. No, I'm screwing around.
Darren VS, I want analog handles and programmable dials. Oh gosh, watch out. We had you about the keyboard design, did you also share about the top being shorter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, we can watch the video again and see.
Oh, right. I just want to
Maybe
say
we should just
about
do another countdown and start the video at 2.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll do the video again in 3 minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
Do the announcement again.
For the people that just joined and are asking what video,
You will find out in 3 minutes. Here we go.
we'll just sort of
So-
pretend like starting the stream over again.
What I want to say is about the analog handles and programmable dials is originally our idea for the Wooting full size, one of the ideas was to have a dial that would be analog, programmable and analog, in a way as in you could push it up all the way to the end and then it springs back to the middle, and then depending on how far you press it, it sends a stronger signal. But all that kind of stuff just made the whole keyboard more complicated, and it would take longer, and it would become, as a total package, much more expensive. And so so once again we decided, let's just stay with the keep it simple, focus on what is important, and keep it with that. Those
2 minutes,
dials would be
guys.
great for video editing hardware. Yes, I totally agree. That would indeed be awesome for video editing hardware.
Why do we make the products in Shenzhen?
YouTube Move have production. We don't have the production in Shenzhen. We were in Shenzhen one time because
No,
Oh, were we in Shenzhen? No.
No. Only
we're
in
not in Shenzhen.
Dongguan and Zhaoqing.
Yeah. Did we go there for the
Analog testing
analog
machine.
testing machine?
No, that was Dongguan.
Dongguan.
Mm.
Yeah, that was Dongguan. Yeah, not in Shenzhen.
Yeah.
But
I
if,
mean,
if you're asking why we make the keyboard in China instead of in Taiwan, I think that's the real question.
Yeah.
It's basically because the manufacturer that we're using, which is owned by basically a branch of Taiwanese and people from Hong Kong, to put it very plain, their main factories is in China. And what is very important about the
50
factory
seconds.
also, what I
Make a
really
quick
like
call.
about the factory, because I'm really excited always about the factory, is it follows the Japanese Kanban and it follows all the, let's say, high-end standards of a factory.
Yeah. It's very clean.
If you see it in the vlog videos also, how clean it is and how organized it is. Yeah. And originally, to put even more emphasis on
30
it,
seconds.
20 seconds, 20,
they still make it, but
15,
it's slowing down business. The lenses for car CD drives,
10.
which is very difficult to make because you need to be very dust-free, precise, etc. There we go.
Caller, stop talking. We have to do counter.
Here we go, here we go. Oh, wait, where's the video? Here it is. Oh, whoops. Here we go. Well, that's it.
That's it. Hey.
Not gonna
Whoops,
show the
again.
whole again. Want to see it again?
Yes.
Well, I could show the original idea video. No, maybe that's too whack.
The original idea was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we have a very tough time ahead of us. We have a very tough time ahead of us because we have, let's see, it's 20th April, so we have a bit more of a month to
420.
for the Kickstarter goes
Yes, we're
live.
talking today.
What?
It's 420 today.
420.
Yeah.
Well, Carl doesn't live in the Netherlands anymore, so.
Why, you don't get it?
No.
Well, I guess the culture is
420.
different in Taiwan, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
Doesn't know.
Okay.
Doesn't know. We'll explain it to him. I don't
Well,
know.
he's just saying that he doesn't know because his wife is sitting next to him, right? So it's like, you know what 420 is?
Like, oh, no.
Oh,
Okay, let's. But yeah, indeed, we have a really tough time ahead because it's like 5 or 6 weeks until the launch of the Kickstarter, and there's still things to be done, videos to be made.
there's a lot to be done. Yeah. So, and we're going to, yeah, so we'll have the first prototype by the end of next week.
I'm
Don't
already
expect
very
much.
happy that the prototype's going in.
Oh, we
Because,
should have made a thing about it. 420, keyword reveal,
Yeah.
Doritos, everything.
And that would have been a good live stream.
Greek keycaps coming.
Oh.
Oh, Carlo gets
Oh.
it. It's like Google searching.
But
420?
no, not yet. But how is this a thing in the Netherlands?
Well, it's like a thing worldwide, right? Like in most
like-
Western things.
Like an internet thing.
But I guess it's not so popular in the Netherlands.
No.
Like for us, it's every day it's 420.
Exactly. It's just part of life. Every morning when I wake up. No.
Okay.
Like Quinn is like, I can feel Quinn thinking, how can I tease these guys? Now they have a numpad. What's next? Switchbox. Oh, it's also coming with the Kickstarter. What can I do?
Green keycaps coming. Yeah.
So
yeah,
something sensitive.
Oh, great.
Sorry. If it's about the manufacturer, where it's manufactured question. No, it's just I think it's kind of like feel a little bit bad. It's not being made in Taiwan, but and it kind of
Yeah.
sucks what kind of image sometimes people have if it's made in China. That's only why. I wish it was made in Taiwan because then I could just go over there, just drive over there.
Yeah, that'll be
That
good.
would be so much easier.
Yeah. I think it would have been also really cool to have it on the keyboard, like made in Taiwan.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
true.
Well, what does it say now?
And,
We made the
okay.
wooden one for you. Please take good care of her. Oh, that's pretty neat. Totally forgot what's under there. Designed and
Yeah,
engineered in
that's-
the Netherlands, made in China. And we did also
Mine
something
says
in
demo
Taiwan.
sample.
Wait,
Right.
Mr. Pleasant, did you miss it? Oh,
Oh
we've done an announcement twice already.
yeah.
But maybe I can start another timer.
No.
No, it's done right. There's like a... Let me share the YouTube video for you then, Mr. Pleasant. Especially for you, Mr. Pleasant. Especially for you. What is the meetup?
Smash that like button. Smash that like
Smash that
button,
like
subscribe, and click that bell.
Click that bell.
So the meetup, well, now it's pretty neat, right? Because now, if we do a meetup, you and I can actually show something cool as soon as we have it, the full-size keyboard. So you could be like the first Wooting users to touch, feel, smell, lick the Wooting Two. That would be very cool. And all you have to do is smash that like button.
So in either case, that was a big announcement we had to make today.
Wait, fake signatures? These are like real signatures, man. Like, Carla had to do his like 10 times over because Carla's handwriting is utterly shit.
Yeah. In the end, Eric just did it for him. Oh, that's not true.
No, it's pretty cool.
All right, no problem, Bowie. So all the YouTube videos from the production, none of them were in Shenzhen. Yeah, so Dongguan, uh, Hirun, say all of them again.
Don't go on in Chongqing.
There we go.
Dong- Dong-
Well,
S-
I guess everybody saw the announcement, and it's like an hour B, and I guess we've said everything we wanted to say. We're just excited that the news is out there now. Everybody can share anything about Wooting Two. So that's pretty neat. I'm going to call my mom right after this. Hey, mom, Wooting Two. Ever heard about it? Numpad?
Oh, it's so warm in here. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's getting warmer here too.
The sun is like. This room is like that way is the north side, so it just sort of rotates like this, and now it's around like on my window, like it's starting to get into my window, and it's just impossible. I need air conditioning. Thank you.
I need to turn these lights off. No, but
All right, so we're kind of hitting the 1 hour mark here. So-
is detachable.
I would say if there's any final questions about the Wooting 2, or anything else, you're welcome to ask. Otherwise, we need to start rounding it up.
And
Just
just keep an eye out on Discord and some social channels and our blog, because next week we'll dump insane amounts of information about Wooting 2 out there. And we would really appreciate it if everybody shared the Wooting 2 page and tell all your friends to sign up for the mailing announcement for the Wooting 2
Yeah.
and some background information. It can really help us and make the Wooting 2 a reality, because we cannot do it alone.
Yes. And maybe we can also talk a bit about the plan, like what's going to look like from here to the Kickstarter. Because I don't really know if there is.
So it's probably going to be a lot of crying, constantly panicking.
What can people expect? I mean, there's going to be like next stream. There's probably going to be like a release of the rewards and the price.
Next
Right?
stream? I guess it's
no,
a bit too early.
next stream, not next stream yet.
Next stream we can
It's,
show the Wooting 2 in real life, because then we have the prototypes.
Exactly. Next stream is
Oh,
showing a
that's-
prototype. Then we were planning to do, at the beginning of that month, we were planning to do our second announcement. I just forgot what the second announcement was, but that's 1 month before the Kickstarter. And then about 2 weeks before we launch the Kickstarter itself, we're going to start sharing the rewards and what you can expect.
And the goals and stuff, and yeah, what
Uh-huh.
you guys can expect, how long it will run and everything.
And then we'll be releasing another a behind the scene video before I forgot how many days before we had in mind again, but some days before the Kickstarter actually launches.
Yeah.
And then the Kickstarter itself launches with the full Kickstarter video and everything.
That's like more of sharing information and marketing wise, and behind the
Yeah.
scenes, like Jeroen is gonna go crazy on the firmware, make everything work, and check and test everything. I'm gonna have a close look at the design, and I guess a Wooting meetup could be really cool in Amsterdam or something. And we can show the keyboard and people can actually give feedback on the product, because we're still on a stage where it's possible to change things, because probably little things will change here. And I guess probably soon after the Kickstarter, when it's done, we're gonna start tooling right away. I'm gonna do a first trial production, and then
Whoa!
soon after the mass
Erik,
production.
don't get too.
Whoa.
No,
too,
but
too far
I'm
ahead of
thinking in
yourself,
months, right?
Okay.
Months ahead. It's
Erik
not
is
like
so excited. He wants magic to happen, and there's tooling going to be done and everything while the Kickstarter is running.
no, after the Kickstarter, right? So
Oh,
tooling
right,
and
okay.
that's sort of going through the process. When the tooling is done, then we'll have test production, and then the real mass production. Then it will be delivered, and about the dates and stuff that we will release it before the
Yeah,
Kickstarter.
so
The whole
yeah,
plan.
exactly. So if you would be asking the planning right now, you can expect it to arrive within this year and before Christmas starts.
For
I'm
sure.
just gonna
That's
put that's like the ultimate, but it's probably gonna be like months before Christmas when it arrives. We're just gonna put it out there. That's kind of like a general, at the latest, kind of expectation you can have. It's unlike the first, the Wooting One, we don't have this like technology barrier and production, first time logistics and all that kind of stuff because we've already produced Wooting One, so we already know exactly what to expect, production wise and technology wise. We already do all the logistics from importing the products and shipping them to customers. And we have warehouses in the Netherlands and we have a warehouse in the US. So it's after the production kind of a smooth boat forward. Yeah. The real exciting part will be trial production, because if there's something wrong with trial production, that's question is going to be what if there's anything wrong. But
well,
that's the moment we can really tell.
the thing is, I feel more comfortable that we can reach certain deadlines and have a more realistic and better planning than with the Wooting One, and at least production-wise, we will never struggle with the same issues we had with the Wooting One because we've overcome those barriers. But you can never say 100% what's going to happen.
Yeah. It's also why I'm happy we don't have like the additional whatever wheel, scroll, button, whatever, because those are the ones that will give you trouble.
That's only like 3 extra keys or 4 extra keys that will make it difficult. Looking at you, that side. Who?
Should be good.
We should be good.
So once again, try to share, if possible, try to share the video and the page as many people as possible. So we need to start building up that train before the Kickstarter gets
put it on
arrives.
Reddit, put it on 4chan, put it on Tumblr, whatever makes you happy.
And that would help us a lot because we need to do a better job than we did with the first Kickstarter, right? As in, what we want to, like, our goal is going to be higher than the first Kickstarter that we had on the first Kickstarter. So.
Okay, shall we do the high five? I'm wondering who will mess up.
Wait, where do I do the high five to? Do you do it to Eric?
No, we're gonna do it like the 3 of us together in the middle.
In the middle?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, which way is that? This way. Oh god, that's so gay. Are we doing it again? How do we time it?
I can only high five Eric's butt, so
is this some
it's
sort
up
of
to you two guys.
Well, I can like high five this like.
Is this some sort of fusion?
We've done it before, Jeroen.
Fusion. Fusion dance.
We have to do it.
God.
Galder's going to mess up for sure.
Oh wait, I did
I
it the wrong
can't.
way.
I can't high five. You're all above me.
No, but you can high five towards the top corner, right? Like.
Here, I have it.
That's
actually what you should do now, Jeroen. It's like when I put my hand up here, you should do like your hand.
I did it the wrong way. Ooh. Oh my god, I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'm done.
Okay. So to do one final one again is Bowie 771, the box. This will be the new box for the Wooting One in the future. So this will be a lot thinner than the original box we have right now. And the Wooting Two will have a similar style, thinner box.
Well, depends.
Well, it depends what has to go into the box, you mean. But then, in the end, it has to be as small and thin as possible, so. Okay.
Well, I had a blast.
That was great.
It was really great. And we'll see you guys again in 2 weeks. And everybody, thanks for watching and tuning in. I guess this was like the most viewed live stream ever for us.
Mm-hmm. I think so. Did we hit 40? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Maybe. Well, we can see, right? If you quit the live stream, it's like we can see the achievements in the Twitch dashboard. So it's pretty cool.
Let's get those achievements rolling.
Mm-hmm.
But then in 2 weeks, when even more people will be hyped,
Yes.
no wave.
No. Maybe. Who knows? Well, bye everyone. I had a blast. I hope you too.
Okay, that's it. Bye-bye.
In
Bye.
2 weeks,
2 weeks.
prototype. First prototype.